Hello, everybody. So the Saturday Classic Daily event did not fire, and the Sunday Daily event did fire while I was at work. There are a couple of decks that I would like to play for the Penguin TV, and I was talking to some people about it, and they thought it might be fun to just see how the people who won prizes in this event got there. So there are 5 people, and I figure I'll do each of them their game walkthroughs in each round instead of my own games. So first off, we've got Scorpio who won, and we're going to look at his round 1 match. Hit the play button. And off to the races we go. So we've got red deck wins versus, maybe it's Hermit Druid. So Scorpio is pretty good. It's nice to see him get first place, although I'm falling farther and farther behind first and second place here. These guys just keep getting more Player of the Year points. Four mana. Ooh, Lord of Extinction hard cast. That's kind of funny. I think that's the first time I've ever seen Lord of Extinction cast in Classic. It's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger, though. Price of Progress is dazed. Now, this Hermit Druid is pretty much going to win the game. Worldly Tutor. No, he didn't want to combo out. He just wants to beat. And that's game 1. Here we go with game 2 of the first match with Scorpio. You can see that they've flipped positions now based on the replays, which is kind of weird. Okay, Worldly Tutor for Hermit Druid. Play Hermit Druid, turn 2. I've got to expect Lightning Bolts. Ooh, maybe not. I don't think that... Oh, yes. This Scorpio's opponent does not know what he is doing. So, for all the other people who do not know what he is doing, this deck that he is running has no basic lands in it. And once you activate Hermit Druid to find a basic land, you end up with a gigantic Sutured Ghoul that comes back with Dragon's Breath. You play Dread Return and sacrifice your Narcomoebas, and you attack with a 49/49. There we go. That was Scorpio winning round 1. In second place, we have Weasel fighting against Enrik, who is new to the Classic scene. He started out in Legacy. We've got Weasel playing Oath of Druids, and I would assume that Enrik is playing Gush, because that's the deck that was suggested he build with little to no extra budget based on his Legacy collection. And we've got the Oath of Druids with Forbidden Orchard. And that would be the game. What happened? Weasel flipped over Emrakul, and Enrik scooped it up. Back for game 2. This time, Enrik will be on the draw. Or the play, I'm sorry. Ancient Tomb. Ooh, are we going to have a very fast Time Vault win? Oh, look, together they can share the infinite turns. Although, Enrik, if you're watching this, man, spend 50 cents, dude, or a buck, whatever it is. Get a brown Voltaic key. You'll thank me. And we've got a tinker for Voltaic Key. And that should be the game, folks. It is. Oh, Enrik makes her play it out. There we go. Here we have the third place player, Enderfall. And I believe the fourth place player in Saberlod. So we've got a workshop deck versus possibly another workshop deck. I'm not very familiar with Enderfall. But yes, they're both playing workshops. Alright, so we've got very, very slow starts from both of them. They both had no, just Saberlod had a double land destruction. But Saberlod is locking it up. Now everything costs at least 4 mana. 5 mana. Oh, and you can't play 1-drops. Steel Hellkite should wrap this game up, and that'll do it for game 1. Here we go with game 2. Turn 1 Trinisphere against workshops doesn't seem super great, and that's why. Although, following... See, now this is pretty brutal. Sol Ring can't tap for mana. He's got 3. Probably blow up that Mishra's Factory. No, you're going to save it for either a 2-mana land or a 3-mana land. That's cool. He blows the Wasteland now. Metalworker gets ridiculous. Eon Hub. I would not think that this would be any good in the Workshop Mirror match. And that would be game 2. Metalworker comes down and does ridiculous things. And here we are for game 3 of the match. Saberlod leads off with a Sphere, and Enderfall leads off with Metalworker, which seems better. I've got to admit. He's got access to 2 mana. 5, 7, 9, 11, 10. Turn 2 Wormcoil Engine seems pretty good. So this is what's in his hand that we know of. And that is the match. Saberlod was indeed in 5th place, so that's one match we don't have to cover in round 1. And for the last match of round 1, we've got Wild Dog, who came in 4th place against Disco 83. Is that correct? Disco D83. I'm going to assume Wild Dog is playing Oath. He's been having a lot of good times with it. Oh, look, he gets a buy from a Ballyrush Banneret deck. Oh, this can't be fun for Disco D83. Thanks for coming out, though. Appreciate you helping fire. And I assume we're going to get the Emrakul. Let's bet on Emrakul. We get Emrakul. Too bad there's no Dragon's Breath to go with it. I have to assume that Disco D loses the game this turn, though. Oh, double Dragon's Breath? Why not? Right? And that'll be the game. Sacrifice a bunch of guys, take 11 poison. Good game. And here we go for game 2. You guys laugh at these decks. I know you are. I know that a lot of people are chuckling at the Soldiers deck against Oath of Druids, but one of the things you've got to realize is, I know personally myself, I will keep a loose hand against a deck like this, and sometimes they can win. I know last week, the Wild Dog got pretty much a bye in round 1, and he actually ended up losing the first game by decking himself, so I mean, it's all fun and dandy to laugh at these things, but man, you do not want to be a person who loses to one. And we've got the Infinite Vault Key. This poor Disco fella, I don't know if he knew what he was getting into when he signed up for this. And he's going to make him play out the Vault Key activations and combos. Vampiric Tutor for an Oath of Druids. Take another turn. Flip up Emrakul with Dragon's Breath. And that should be the game. Oh, you should have bumped up your guys. Look at Tez already. He is at 10 loyalty. I don't think I've ever seen Tez that high. And good games. That was round 1. And we're going to jump into round 2 now.